Hi everybody, Math 274, and we are on week number 3. All right, so let's see how everyone is doing. Okay. All right. Looking at everyone's total point. One thing I want to mention again, and that is, do not put too much emphasis on the letter grade that you're seeing, because that is not a reflection of what you're going to get in class. All right. What you should be looking at instead is your total points. All right. And in terms of total points, what you should see, okay, is you should hopefully have total points of over 100. All right. If you're over 100 on your total points, you're making good progress. You're on top of all your assignments, and you are making good progress. Okay. If you have total points below 100, okay, you are probably behind on a few things, and I'm going to tell you what you're behind on and how to make it up. All right. If you have total points of under 100, you are probably behind on your homework 1. So your homework 1, you may not be done with it. Okay, so you're not seeing, like, you haven't finished homework 1, so you have a low score on homework 1. So what should you do? Well, please continue to work on it. Okay. It should still be open for you to finish, so please continue to work on it. Okay, so you are seeing maybe a low score, maybe even a 0 out of 50 for homework 1. All right, so when you continue to work on it, you should see a score change. All right, so that's one thing you can make up, okay, is to continue on the homework from last week, okay, or from week 1, okay, and don't stop, okay, because if you don't work on it, that score is not going to change. All right. What else are you short on? You probably did not get 20 out of 20 for your homework or for your week 1 participation. Okay, so those are the points that you're short on. If you didn't get 20 out of 20, or worse yet, if you get 0 out of 20 for week 1 participation, it means that you did not respond to anyone's post. Okay, or you did not respond to, you did not post 6 responses on week 1. All right, if you did not post 6 responses on week 1, you didn't get 20 out of 20. Okay, so what should you do to make it up? Just go back week 1 and make more posts. Okay, if you got 0 out of 20, you're missing 6 responses on week 1. So go to week 1 and respond to 6 posts. including mine. You can respond to my post, okay? Respond 6 times, and then make up your 20 points, okay? Now, if you're wondering how are you going to respond 6 times, okay? Well, check out the posts, especially the ones that I posted on week 1, because usually there are other things you can respond to that you can talk about. All right, because week 1, if you remember, the first question is a math problem. That's not a whole lot to talk about. Question 2, you have a little bit more to talk about because it's about sampling. So pick anyone's post, mine included, and respond. Say something. Usually, especially the ones that I posted, there's more to talk about. All right, I gave you some other things to talk about. So check out the midweek follow-up. Okay, midweek follow-up is my way of giving you additional topics to discuss. Okay, so always check out my comments on discussion if you find additional topics to discuss. All right, of course you can respond to anyone you want, okay, and all I need are 6 posts on either question on week 1, okay, and that would easily make up your 20 points. All right, so 20 points you can earn from just respond to week 1. Now, if you have not done for week 2, all right, you're gonna about to get 0 out of 20. Okay, so go back to week 2 and make it up. All right. So make up participation week 1, week 2. Make sure that you have 6 posts on those weeks. Make sure also you post it on you posted initial post on both questions as well. All right. Some of you did not post week 1 question 1. Okay, week 1 question 1 is a discussion question to ask you about mean and median. All right. Some of you didn't post it. Some of you didn't respond. All right. So my guess is because some of you don't know how to post or how to use Excel to respond to that discussion question. Well, please remember that you don't have to use Excel to respond. Okay? If you don't know how to use Excel to respond to a discussion question, you can still post. All right? It should not prevent you from posting. Okay? This is how I look at discussion questions. Think about discussion question as if we are in a classroom and I give you a question to answer. All right? You can, if you don't know the perfect answer to the discussion question, it does not mean that you cannot, it doesn't mean that you can't answer it. Okay? You can respond. You can raise your hand. All right? And give me your best answer. With or without an Excel spreadsheet or not. You can answer to discussion 1, question 1, week 1, question 1 without an Excel spreadsheet. You can do it by hand. Okay? So do it by hand. It's not a difficult question to answer. Okay, and you should answer it. You should answer it. You should also respond to someone else's post. I'm seeing a lot of people ignoring it altogether. No posting on this. No posting on week 1, question 1 or 2, and no responses either. So you're giving up 30 points on week 1 discussion. I see more than 1 people doing it. Now, that's not a very smart thing to do. Why? Because, as you're going to find out, discussion, questions, and participation are the easiest point in this class. 30 points every week. They are not easy. They are not difficult to get. And you should always get the easy points in this class. All right? And on top of that, you can go back and make it up. Okay? Well, I know we're on week 3, but guess what? If you didn't post on week 1, go back and post. It's that easy. Make up question 1, question 2, and post 6 responses. That is 30 points instantly that you can make up. Okay, that will probably put some of you, for those of you who look at letter grades, a C or a B or an A. All right, please do not give up easy points in this class, especially on discussion. I mean, if I see you not doing well because you did not post on discussion, or later on at the end of the class you don't pass because you did not post on discussion, it's hard for me to even feel bad, because these are the easiest points in the class and you did not, and you give it up. All right? So please, I'm seeing too many people got 0 out of 20 on week 1 participation. That should not happen. All right? Go back and make up your week 1 participation. And if you did not post on either question on week 1 discussion, go back and post. I still give you points. No late penalties. I still give you full credit. All right? I should not see 0s on discussion questions and 0s on participation. When I see it 0s, that means you gave up on the class already. And week 1 is way too early to give up on this class. All right? Week 1 should not be when you give up on this class. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 people gave up on it already. Not a good thing to do. Okay? So please go make it up. All right? Because we got a long way to go if you are already give up on discussion and participation. Okay? By week 2, if you give up already, you've got a long way to go. Okay? I would give you every point back. All you gotta do is go post. Okay? All right. Okay. Let's talk about what we are covering this week. So week 3, we are talking about binomial distribution. All right, that is week 3. Question 1 and question 2, we're talking about central limit theorem. So basically, this is what we're talking about. So binomial distribution starts with coin toss. All right? I think everyone understands a coin toss. All right? 50-50, heads and tails. Okay? Pretty simple. Now, so what happens if we toss a coin 10 times? Now, 50-50, if we toss a coin 10 times, do we always get 5 heads and 5 tails? Now, theoretically, we should, but in practice, do we? And I think everybody can tell me that you don't. Right? As strange as it sounds. I mean, why? Because in math, 2 plus 3 equals to 5, right? 100% of the time. So why does it, when we toss a coin, for a 50-50 heads and tails, that we don't always get 5 heads and 5 tails? And that's because in practice, probability is not a guaranteed 100% proposition. Okay? It is not always 50-50. Okay? What happens? Well, sometimes we get 4 heads and 6 tails. We get 3 heads and 7 tails, right? We could get 7 heads and 3 tails and 6 heads and 4 tails. Okay, we could get anything between 0 and 10 in practice. All right? Now, we probably get a lot of 5 and 5s, but we get some 6 and 4s. We get some 7 and 3s. Now, the others, okay, 2 heads, 1 head, no heads, those are a lot less likely, but still possible, right? So if you look at question 2, okay, on this week's discussion, week 3, question 2, in my comments, I actually posted a picture of what you get in practice when you toss a coin 10 times. Okay? And what do we see? We're seeing a rough bell-shaped distribution. Okay? As interesting as it sounds, it is true. Okay? Because in statistics, in probability, nothing is happened 100% of the time. All right? It is a distribution, a rough bell-shaped distribution. All right? Now, more interestingly, what happens if we toss a coin 100 times? Do we always get 50 heads, 50 tails? I'm sure everyone will say no. You're right. Okay? What would we get in practice? Well, we would get an even finer bell-shaped distribution if you look at the other graph on my post. Okay? that is the most interesting thing about statistics. And that is, nothing is 100% all the time. Nothing is black and white. Okay? As a matter of fact, in statistics, we are looking at the existence of flukes. The existence of something that is not probable but possible. Okay, there's a line from the movie Dumb and Dumber, and that is, that's not going to happen, right? But are we saying that is possible? Why, yes. Okay, that is also the reason someone buys a lottery ticket every week. Okay, are we saying that it is possible? Why, yes. Okay, so think about that. Okay, we are entertaining probability and the thought of something that is possible, and how possible is it? Okay, if you look at question 1, so question 1 says that if we do something 5 times, if there's a trial, okay, of something that if we're going to do something 5 times, and if we are unsuccessful all 5 times, the probability of that happening is 0.00032. So what kind of probability would that be? Okay. Okay. So you're going to do something 5 times, you're going to have 0 successes, okay? And we get the probability of 0.0032, okay? There's actually a way to solve it using binomial distribution, okay? In binomial distribution, all right, the value of p could be determined, okay? And all we have to do is plug in 5 trials, 0 successes, and then set that probability to 0.00032, and then find that value of p. All right. And you can see how some of the people in class do it. All right. You can also look at it differently, okay? And I gave you a second way to look at it, okay? If John is an 80% free throw shooter, what is the probability that when he attempts 5 free throws, he misses all 5? All right. I actually posted a binomial probability calculator, which will help you do this calculation. Okay, so test it out, try it out, and see what you get. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know how to do that calculation, I am actually giving you a back way to do it, to let you see, using that example, to get 0.00032. Okay? So, if you can understand the free throw example, then maybe you understand the problem better. All right? So I'm going to let you do that. All right? All right. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. I've been more than happy to answer your questions. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good night.